Although GMOs have fairly recently become more widespread, sparking concerns and controversy amongst the public, humans have already been practicing artificial selection for over thousands of years. 32,000 years ago, wolves started their gene transformation into dogs in East Asia. They were domesticated and then artificially selected to increase docility to tamer modern dog breeds we know today, like Chihuahuas and Corgis. From tiny corn ears to larger ones, from big seeded wild bananas to bananas with unnoticeable seeds. Repeated genetic changes can result in large evolutions over time. Moving to the present day, GMO technology has given way to many scientific breakthroughs. The genetically modified BT corn, which is only toxic to certain pests, the genetically modified papaya, created to resist ring spot virus disease and save papaya farming on the Hawaiian Islands, and the genetically engineered bacteria used in helping with oil spills. GMO crops are mostly created for resistance to insect damage, tolerance to herbicides, and resistance to plant viruses. They can also help in creating more accessible and affordable food, advancing human and nutritional health, and reducing environmental impact. But with all the benefits provided, why do these GMOs still trigger such controversial public debates around the world, or in our case, this conference? The three main issues people have regarding human health concerns are allergenicity, gene transfer, and outcrossing. However, GMO foods available in international markets today are thoroughly checked through specific safety assessments and rigorous evaluation systems. From official statements from a large number of prestigious health and science organizations around the world, they have passed the safety assessments and are not likely to cause allergic effects, gene transfer, human health risks, or organ failures. On the other hand, Professor Michael's insights can be in fact valid, as outcrossing or unintentionally mixing conventional crops with GM crops in the natural environment may have an indirect effect on food safety and food security. There have also been reported cases of small traces of modified genes found in GM foods. Similar issues are also faced by traditional crop cultivation, and there is little evidence that GMOs have created significant changes in biodiversity. Controlled strategies have also been adopted to prevent this, like buffer zones and chemical dependence for fertility. There is still room for us to continue to develop new ways to keep the influence of GMOs on biodiversity at a minimum. What will the future look like for GMOs? In the span of just a century, our global population has quadrupled. And by 2050, we will need to produce 70% more food to feed nearly 10 billion mouths. The cultivation of our food is among the biggest contributors to global warming. Agriculture accounts for 70% of human freshwater consumption and takes up hundreds of millions of acres of land, causing the loss of whole ecosystems. We are even currently losing 75 billion tons of topsoil a year, and that's where we grow 95% of our food. It takes more than 100 years to replace a mere inch of topsoil once it is lost. In just years' time, we will face a world with less land, water, fertilizer, pesticides, and resources, which cannot keep up with our global demand increase for food, putting a huge pressure on our natural environment. It is no longer an option that the food system must be critically transformed in order to adapt to an inevitable world with more people and less resources. In order to reach a more sustainable future, GMOs are not things to be afraid of. As Professor Abigail mentioned, advancements in food technology have so much potential to provide the growing population with steady food supply and economic stability through much safer, beneficial, and more efficient solutions in a changing environment. I would like to bring today's conference to a close with a quote from the famous Charles Darwin, which I'm sure all of you are familiar with. It is not the strongest species that survives, nor the most intelligent, but the most adaptable to change. Thank you.